Starting off, we have Ezekiel Sims. Do we still? Oh, we still have Ezekiel Sims. That's nice. They have Quake. Okay. Let's throw Zabu down. We no longer are getting it on Ares, but we still get it onto Coal Obsidian and Typhoid, and I don't mind that. They have Hood and Quake. Is this just a Victoria hand pile? I think that's what it means, probably. Let's see, what do they... they're going to get my Ares, which means I should have it. True, they did have... they had Quake, past tense, correct. Let's go with Ezekiel for now. Biggest problem is that obviously Starbrand is... I think I need to play Starbrand. They get my Starbrand or Typhoid. And honestly, I'm fine with them getting either one here. I don't think either one of them makes a big difference. Grand Central's interesting. Sauron only at this point affects my Red Skull. Am I waiting a turn before I use it? I feel like the answer is yes. I no longer have an enchantress, which means any of these cards that actually go onto the board, they are stuck there. That's a notable thing. Let's play Typhoid in this lane to move Ezekiel away. All right, we got 4 points for Zeke in the right. Quinjet mid into Grandmaster means they're going to copy my Sauron. Definitely not a card they want to play early on, but it is a 1-4 later in the game, potentially a 1-6 or higher, depending on what they can do later. Coal Obsidian, Scar, Surtur, and Zero means this is a pretty decent setup for Ares. Yep, I'd argue that's a pretty good setup. So that means actually Zero is the bottom card of my deck right now, for what it's worth. We currently have Scar, Coal Obsidian, and Surtur as the top three. Don't know which one is the bottom of those, but we know that bit. Based off of math and trying to count what we have left in the deck. We have Scar, so okay, we know that one now. Sauron does not help me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Sauron into Red Skull. And I can't do both. Do I play Sauron into Starbrand? Because if I go Sauron Starbrand here, Moon Girl. All right, Moon Girl, what she can do, if it pulls Moon Girl, it's gonna copy my Scar and my Red Skull. And I only need the Scar copy, but then I could go Scar, Scar, and then if I get a Coal Obsidian as my top deck card, because I either have Surtur or Coal, that would mean I could play both of, I could play all three of those. Or if it gets me Surtur, I can still play Surtur and 2 Scars, and that's still pretty good. So I think my best play right now is to go Sauron into Starbrand. And I'm playing them both over here. I could try to spread them out, but the problem is Ezekiel Sims, wherever he goes, is going to be a problem. So let's do this. I could snap this as well, but I don't feel confident enough in any of this. And the problem is I'm actively just giving myself so many debuffs right now. Zeke in the left lane means he's getting hurt a little bit. Typhoid left is good for them. They've got the demon. What are they? Is it going to pull? Oh, I wish it had pulled my Moon Girl. Iron Patriot legitimately does nothing for them. Red Skull, though, in this left lane is actually kind of good for me because it will buff up... what is it? It doesn't hurt my Typhoid. It only gives them 2 points in their Typhoid, putting them in total to 17 points in this lane. But it's still going to be 12 power, and Zeke moves away, which I think is impactful enough for me to do it. Yeah. I like this idea for Ezekiel Sims, just trying to fit it inside of here. I don't know if this is the best place for it, but it's weird that I almost want to say it feels like an easier scaler than Surtur, oftentimes. Or at least in terms of, like, recent Surtur decks. Yeah, 10 points in that right lane. That's a lot. That's still a lot. Zeke saving the day for us over here. If Zeke did not go in that right lane, we lost. Zeke's got our back. Zeke heard everyone saying that it was too, what is it? What was the point of him, right? You know, you want him at a 2-8? He said, nah. You only need me at 2 power to win the game. That's it. All right, let's go to the next game. Yeah, they win because Craven, which is, it's fair. They did well with that. All right, starting off with the Mosh Pit, nothing really great to play on this first turn. And nothing great to play on the second turn. This is an awkward start. I don't love not playing anything on the first 2 turns. However, they have Ravona. Ravona's interesting. I might be able to do something with Ravona, but it's going to be difficult. All right, so I can use all these, End of turn of locations is going to trigger first, which means Adam Warlock is going to need 1 more power. It's going to trigger this. They're going to draw another card here. I can use Ares for a turn. Actually, am I going... Starbrand Sauron is what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to Enchantress this lane here. I would like to turn off the ongoing ability of Typhoid in my deck still. Listen, all right? I know people hated Madam Web, the movie. And is Ezekiel Sims as good as that movie? There is potential. There is an entirely real potential of that. Actually, that's all I'm going to say. All right, Sauron's turning off the Typhoid Mary. We are winning the middle location. I don't think they're winning that anytime soon. They have prio due to me giving them prio, basically. Am I just playing a Red Skull in that left lane? Like, can I just do this? This brings this down to a 1 cost, which actually I think means that I want to play Ares instead. Mystique is hitting a second Wong. Really? Why are they going extra Wong? Chameleon on that lane. Really? I don't get it. All right, let's see what they have here. They're not drawing any other cards. I should get this. Yeah, all right, they've got 4 there. They've got 2 triggers in that left lane, which, is this just going to be an Enchantress into Scar angle? I think that's my answer, right? I go Enchantress here because they put 2 in this lane, which makes me more concerned about that lane. Then I just go with the Scar over here, and I call it a day. Yeah, I don't think this was going to be... I don't know what they're going to do. Even if they... Because this is a Zombie Galacti deck, right? You know this because it has the effects. But the problem is, what are they supposed to... Like, how do they actually win this game at this point? They've spent so much time playing all these on reveals or, like, the setup pieces. They did this up until turn 5. And they don't have any... I don't know what finisher do they use? I don't see a finisher they could go for. Well, I mean, let's go to the next one then. I don't know. All right, Castle Zemo. Don't love it. It's fine, I guess. Bifrost is even... These are just not nice locations. And not helpful cards. Okay, so we have a lot of cards that we would like to play. None of them in our hand, but we have a lot of cards I'd like to play. I don't know. What are we going to do? Oh, I'm turning off my heater. I live in Colorado, y'all. It's cold out here. The Peak gives them my Scar. They're running Zombie Captain Marvel. We're running people with really weird cooks today. That's who we're running against right now. Darkman, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I think I'm just going to play this onto the Typhoid. Zenay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just going to be, I think it's just, honestly, I've got some pretty good cards here. I'd love to play Ares, but guess what? Can't. Typhoid Mary is the actual card we'll be playing right now. They have my big card. I don't love it. Snap because their deck is bad because they have Zombie Captain Marvel in it. Oh, they're just playing a Nimrod deck is the answer. That's what they're doing. So they play Nimrod in this lane next. And Nimrod's going to be getting to 13 power. Oh, they didn't have Nimrod. Hold up. This might mean we were okay. Let's see. We don't have anything really for that, I guess. It's not the worst. If they don't get Nimrod in this lane by next turn, we should be okay. What we can do right now is I can play Zeke. I think I'm going to play Zeke into Ares is my plan. My last 3 cards, it's... Yeah, that's 21 power I'm going to have in my deck. And I think 21 power is most likely more than whatever they could do. So I'm okay with this. What do I want to draw for my next one? I would absolutely love to have, actually, do we want them both in that lane? I don't think we want both in that lane. I think we actually want one of them over here. I'd like to not have as much power in this lane, I think. I think this is, what do they play here? If it's Carnage plus Nimrod, I think I'm in a little bit of trouble. I might lose if it's Carnage Nimrod. Carnage Shuri. Do we lose to Carnage Shuri? What do they play? How do they beat me here? It would be, they didn't get their pieces. They had two. They needed Nimrod, and they really just did not have it at that point. Is the answer? Yeah. Could we have snapped them earlier? Probably. But you know, maybe I should have snapped them as soon as I saw them running this card. Maybe I should have. Maybe that's the answer. It is what it is. Let's go to the next one. All right, starting off, Clintar is chill. Actually, Clintar is really cool, especially with Ezekiel Sims. I can play Sauron, Zeke. We go Starbrand next. You weren't aware that there were bans outright in the most recent Golden Gauntlet. What was banned and why? By the way, probably playing against Cerebro 3. So what was banned in the last Golden Gauntlet was specifically you couldn't put Mercury and Moonstone in your deck together. Now, I know that there's been weird stuff going on, and I've even played it, where it's like you can use them and you can like move your Moonstone if you have Mercury, and it was actually not because of any of that stuff. Oh, we're playing against Hammer Bros. Okay, sure. So but it wasn't because of any of that. It's because there was weird stuff with the way that you moved them, and if you did it in a certain way and like you ended your turn in a certain position or whatever, you could actually set it up so that your opponent, whatever they moved, would get undone and never actually move, because it would trigger it as like, oh, hey, this wasn't supposed to move, shouldn't happen, and it would just cancel it entirely. I don't know the exact positioning for that. I don't know how to do it all, so don't ask me that stuff. But that was why. It sucks, but that was the actual reason as to why. All right, if I play... It's a really specific thing you have to do with those two cards, so it's not a common one. I'm going to play Ares in this right lane. Zeke could go to the left, and if he does, it is what it is. But if he doesn't, we can try to go for mid things. All right, can you go mid for me? No, that's fine as well. Thanks, Zeke. Appreciate you. I'm lying. I don't appreciate him. 18 power symbiote's pretty cool. What am I playing? Honestly, am I playing Surtur? I don't think I am. I'm going to put more points in this lane because if they have Shadow King, which a lot of these decks do, I feel like I'm expecting them. Oh, Magneto's a good shout for that, what they could try to use. I'm also expecting them to try to do some Shadow King things to me. Let's see. So they've Jane Fostered. They got their one hammer with Thor. And now what else do they have? Odin. They may draw another one. Yeah, Magneto's a great shout. It does pull all of the Areses. Honestly, I think I'm just doing this, right? Or do you think they pull it all to the right lane? If they do, I can't do much against it. I think it's just Red Skull left. Magneto is everything mid. Really? You just burn the Magneto? That's wild to me. That's a really wild choice. That's why I played Red Skull instead of anything else, by the way, because Red Skull was the one card that could not get pulled by Magneto. I'll take it. Keep going. Alrighty. We have Scar, Enchantress, Typhoid Mary. All right. Don't hit Enchantress. I'm okay with this. I approve entirely. Not the Electra! No! How dare they? Ooh, Great Portal is awesome. What's up, Dragon? I've been doing well. Great Portal is awesome. Great Portal giving me Dormammu. Less awesome. All right, we still have Scar. It's fine. We're about to get a location that gives me +5 power so I can play this.
Hey, my name is not
Schwalks, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well.
Not my dance.
I don't commit task fraud. I don't know what you're talking about. I would never.
Not my dance.
What's Electra and Jeff doing?
WOOT.
Thank you. WOT. Starbrand. That's my Starbrand? No, obviously it's not. They just got it from Great Portal. Sure, okay. Play Typhoid Mary here. I can play Cold Obsidian in this lane. Appreciate it, thank you. I had a blast doing the Golden Gauntlet. It was a lot of fun. All right. Typhoid here. I know I'm turning it off on this turn. I think that's still fine. I can play Cold Obsidian plus Sauron probably next turn. They've got War Machine. Am I Enchantressing that left lane? What are they doing? What am I missing with their deck? I feel like I want to Enchantress this lane. Are they just going Professor X in the right lane? I mean, if that's the answer, I could just do this. And this is a legitimate play as well, I think. It lets me play Scar and Enchantress next turn. And I don't think... To avoid the Infinite is a great shout that I think wins the argument. I think this wins. It removes my Starbrand, giving them +3, and it gets rid of the Infinite potential for turn 6. I like that. That's what wins. And Professor X, not in the right lane. All right. Namora. Sure. This is fine. Jeff's hanging out at Genosha right now. He's just vibing over there. Don't let the baby land shark be his baby land shark self wherever he would like to baby land shark. It's my answer. Do I actually, is it Surtur into Scar? I feel like it's just these two in this lane. Or am I supposed to play Surtur mid? I could go Surtur mid into Scar here. Yeah, if they Odin, I still win with the Scar. Although I'm losing this lane then? Does that mean I want to do this? Add 7 points left. And then I add 12 to the right lane. The Enchantress plus... Yeah, I feel like Odin's most likely outcome. Honestly, the real answer is the fact that they probably wanted to go with... I think there's a real potential for the chance they maybe wanted to go with like an Enchantress. No, they didn't. I don't think it's deck for Enchantress. Maybe a different 5 cost, I'm not certain what it is, plus Ebony Maw in this final turn. And now they couldn't do that because of the Enchantress over here. So they were a little bit in troubles. Also, I don't know how they win this lane. We'll take it. Next one. We've got Bar Sinister right now. Zabu is being pulled up. Sure, Zabu. Now, some of you might think, oh, Zeke with Kingpin, that doesn't seem great. And to those of you who would say that, I would say you're 100% correct. Wow, that sucks. Okay, let's play Sims here, Mr. Zeke. I feel like I want to play 0 onto the Red Skull. Well, Zeke will never be gaining extra power, basically. Ares is chill for now, sure. You're hoping for some Brightside? Mr. Brightside, that's a song. Who does that song? Who does the Mr. Brightside song? I've heard of this one before. Oh, Spider-Man pulls Zabu. All right, well, Zeke no longer... Is it? Oh, it's the Killers? Okay. I heard it was supposed to be an anthem for, like, white boys, and I was upset that I didn't know what it was. I'm not actually upset, but, like, you know, I was like, oh, why don't I know it? I kind of just want to play Starbrand here into 0 here. I think I'm literally just barely out of the age range for it, technically, because I don't know. And also, I have a really bad taste of music in which I just don't know enough music. What are they going to do? It's Stegron? Don't love that. So that does mean our We're going to get less value out of some of our cards here. I can still play 2 red skulls in that left lane, and that's really still not the worst situation. So I don't hate that. What are they doing? Cannonball? That's actually so rude. No, that's actually toxic of them. Wow, that actually blows entirely. Because now nothing, I don't get even a second red skull out of this. God, that blows. Okay. Typhoid Mary here into Scar here. Ezekiel Sim's going to trigger the scream once. I can't do anything about that. I'm going to hope he doesn't... what is it? If he goes over to this lane, he's going to get moved again. Either way, he's going to be ending up with only 6 power, either in the left lane or in this right lane. Neither one of that. That's not changing at all. We got some big cards here, so it's pretty chill. Let's see what we got. Anyway, I don't know the Mr. Price. I do need to listen to it at some point because I was at a wedding last night and a bunch of people were singing it, even my wife. And then afterwards, I was like, wouldn't it be 4 in the right lane? But then he jumps again because of the Scar that I have over here. Do we just win this game? Anyway, I need to listen to Mr. Brightside. That's the moral of the story, if you were wondering. If Ezekiel Sims moves to the right lane, I actually think we might lose. But him going to the left lane is our best play there. But yeah, so if he went to the right lane, he would have gone to 4 power, you're right, initially, but that's why I played the Scar following, in order so that Scar would make it so Ezekiel Sims still had 6 power in whatever other lane he went to. There you go. I guess if it went mid, we still win against a bat, because Batroc would also fill over here. And we're, again, not playing any cards over to this left lane. So, pretty good. Next game. Ooh, Sauron. Why nerf numbers? Because it's numbers. Why? I don't want numbers. Why would I want numbers in my superhero card game? Also, hope you're doing well, Rickard. Can a mod shout you out? Appreciate it. Cold Obsidian's gonna be solid. I'm not denying that it's a skissue about me not knowing numbers or math, but also I don't wanna. Let's play Cold Obsidian for now. They did lose Hela and Blink, so they don't have a lot. Jubilee, the only way they could do a lot of stuff right here is gonna be Ghost Rider, and apparently Khonshu. Has anyone seen Hela running Khonshu before? I haven't seen that. Can I go Typhoid Mary over here? Do I just play both in this lane? I could play Enchantress. What if I just play Enchantress? It also makes it a big card for Scar. Kind of like it. Oh no, they cheated! They cheated! Wait, no, it's fine. I was never worried. Why are they running Luke? Well, okay then. I'm gonna play Surtur here into Scar here. I feel really good about that. I feel really good about that. Next game. Sauron, we can play Sauron on. Oh, we have all of our ongoing still in the deck. Yeah, I kid you not, one of my recent classes I was taking for college was about communication and about how you should be listening more. And I don't think I've ever been called out by my school harder in my entire life. And it was kind of atrocious of them to do that to me. It legitimately was talking about how like there are different types of listening and you need to be focusing on stuff or whatever. And I just don't. And I was so hurt. I was like, you can't be so accurate about all of this stuff. Yet they were. I don't know. It's rude. I think Aries is actually, we don't have a lot of big cards left. I want to say it's Aries, but the correct answer feels like it's Typhoid Mary. This is just a Mr. Negative deck. And if they don't have Mr. Negative yet, I feel like Red Skull, or not Red Skull. Oh, we do have Zeke. Do I go Zeke now? I don't think I want to go Zeke. I don't think this is a Zeke game, unfortunately, right? It'd be cool if I could play him, but I think this game is an Aries turn. Only 2 points in that. So if they have a Mr. Negative, that's really scary. I do. Dance, I could tell by how thoroughly you explained that communications class, you really mastered the art of listening. Can we ban that chatter? For the only reason of I don't like the words that they're saying. Not that they're wrong, I just don't like the words that they're saying. Can a mod get on that? Thank you. Just like someone exclamation point ban in the chat. Exclamation, actually, no, anyone exclamation point ban that. Just that, like, that's uncalled for. Probably one of the rudest messages I think I've ever received in my entire life. Zabu in the left lane into Cull Obsidian. Exclamation point ban. Thank you. Can we everyone just make sure that they're banned? Thank you. Now I can do Red Skull things, right? Or they only got 2 cards, Mr. Negative. So how hard can we cope stay this? Can I cope stay this? Because I feel like I wanna. Like, what if I just throw Red Skull here into Scar here? Is that it? Like, can I just do that? Honestly, what if I put both in the same lane? How do they get more points in this left lane? I don't think they can. All right, I'm cooking. What about Scar middle? That seems like it would have been a great idea. Oh, no. Wait. Never a doubt. Why would I play? Do we win this? We win! Never a doubt. And oh no, now that I've won this game, this means my failures of communications is going in the video. That also was a really bad grammatical sentence. We should go to the next game. Sauron only hits Red Skull here. They have Batroc. No, that's good. All right. I like this. I support this. All right, Zeke. Madam Web. They lose Silk. Honestly, they're not playing Silk, are they? Because Silk has a chance to go over to this lane. I think I'm going to wait on my 0. I don't want to play anything on this turn. I guess I could have just played 0. Doctor Strange for now, and that's it. They can move Doctor Strange over to the middle lane and then combo it. Cull Obsidian in this lane right now. I wonder if I actually should have gone with a 0 left into Starbrand mid. I don't love that. I could just play Scar. I could just play Red Skull, like I said. Zeke never goes left, right? Zeke never does that to us. Zeke would never. Zeke's chill like that. Zeke, you're chill like that. So chill, Zeke. Such a chill guy, honestly. How do I win this then? I can go Starbrand into Scar, I think. No, they don't win this lane, do they? They're pulling stuff over here. I'll do this. I don't think they're playing for this left lane. They can move... Like, they have to move stuff over to this lane to be able to do anything. The best thing they're probably going to do over here would be like a... What's it called? It'd be like a Heimdall. And both Ezekiel and Batroc will move based off of my play here. Because both of them are stuck in that right lane. They can't go left, exactly. If they play Heimdall, they lose. Whatever lane they do stuff in. I think I just win this game. I think this is my game to win. We'll see. And I will eat some preparation. God, I've been so bad with words on this video, y'all. Thankfully, I don't try to upload these to YouTube. I'm gonna eat some fries as I win, hopefully. Zeke, no! Why would you do this to me, Zeke? Wait, we're still fine? We're still fine? Still fine. Never a doubt. Celebratory fries, of course, are the key to that victory. Not as much as the key to this victory might just be Ezekiel Sims. Now, it makes sense that they actually would just play these two cards over here, and I actually love the shout specifically for them to move the Batroc away from here and then move Cosmo in, as that actually allowed the Batroc to be only triggered at Sokovia, like only move here, and that's it. So then they couldn't do Heimdall, and then the Hydra Stomper was good amount of points with Human Torch. Like, this made sense. I think this was a really smart play from them. And then Starbrand Scar over here was just enough. Starbrand did make it so that they got the extra 3 points over here, so they wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Starbrand. It's like, if I just play Scar, I win. But we don't really care about that because we still win these. I liked this list a lot more than I expected to. I initially struggled, I think, with Ezekiel. If they moved Batroc mid, do they win? They couldn't move Batroc mid is the thing. Batroc was already mid. So they moved Batroc, Batroc was over to the right lane. Batroc goes mid. Batroc would have been 6 power here. No, it would have been 7 and 6. Would have had 6 because Batroc would have had to get triggered to get moved over to this lane. And Batroc was... I guess maybe if they put something else over here, they could have won. Yeah, you're right. So they could move a Hellion, or... If they move Hellion over to this lane, I think is the answer. Then Batroc would have moved with it. That's how they win. They move Hellion mid, and they would have won the game. Because then they win mid and left. Anyway, deck is cool. Let's actually break it down, talk about the whole thing, because I had a fun time with this, and I want to make sure we can talk about what worked, what didn't. I did a lot better than I thought I would with this pile of cards. I think I really enjoyed being able to do different stuff than I think I normally am doing with the Surtur Scar package. And Ezekiel Sims did enable that, right? Ezekiel Sims is a little bit random, though, obviously, as you don't know where he is going to move. You don't get control over that. And so there's a bit of an issue, obviously, there. But I liked it. This is, in the end, though, this is a similar Scar Surtur package that you would probably be familiar with. If you want to run something like this, what is it? And you're missing maybe Ezekiel Sims. We'll talk about Ezekiel Sims more so at the end, but there is another very similar list that's doing pretty well. And if you want to run this one, you can. It's running Manspider. This is the one I think was doing better than the Manspider deck that I actually showed off. But I do like the one that I played a little bit as well. And this one is still fun as well. So it's up to you to decide what you want to play for, but specifically inside of this deck, I liked the pile of cards we had here. I would say straight up, I don't believe Surtur or Scar are replaceable inside of this pile of cards. If you do not have them, I wouldn't be playing this deck. If you are missing Starbrand, Ares, or Cold Obsidian, those are the other like higher series cards here. Your best shot, if you're missing all three, I'd probably say this is not the deck you want to mess with. However, if you're not missing all three, you could try to go with a, Crossbones and Cold Obsidian are both cards that potentially sub inside of this deck. I also wonder if you maybe want to try to do a Surge in here, maybe instead of Zabu, because Zabu only hits 3 cards. But again, Sauron's only also hitting 3 cards. So maybe it's all fine there, maybe it's not. It's up to you to decide that bit. But I mean, I like this deck. I had a lot of fun trying to build up these big packages, and right, you can go with Ezekiel Sims, playing immediately a Surtur following it. Then you can do another big card like an Ares. Then you can throw down with a Red Skull, getting to a lot of points. And now you've got Ezekiel Sims, who's at 10 power. Just by that, you can then play a Scar and then a Starbrand potentially, and you can just get a lot of big numbers, which is really cool. I like this deck a lot. It's a lot of fun. But for what it's worth, right, the new card inside of this package, Ezekiel Sims. Because... he can get to 10 power, right? You can get 10 power with like the perfect line before your final turn, before turn 6, right? And so in those situations, you can do cool stuff. It didn't happen in the games I played for, as I played this for about an hour or something like that. And I don't think it would happen often when just playing normally. However, I also think that he wasn't embarrassing, right? I don't think it was anything exciting, but it also wasn't embarrassing what he did. Like, he did exactly what the card said he would do, and I appreciated that. Like, it was fine. Maybe it wasn't crazy, maybe it wasn't something that was gonna break the world, but it was also just like, yeah, he moved and he got power, sure. I don't think he's needed in the deck, though. There's versions of this, I think it just ran Lizard instead, gives you another hit for your Sauron, and I liked that. And I think there's a real chance that that might just be a better card. And there's a good chance that Ezekiel maybe doesn't live in this deck for a long period of time. Maybe he's great. Maybe he does live in this deck for a bit, and you really want to play him. By all means, like, go for it. I think if you really want to get Ezekiel Sims, he does what he says on the package. He does the move stuff. He does that. That's about it. He was doing best in this deck according to public stats, and I don't know if that really says much, as this is a pretty solid pile of cards already. This, I think, was one of the best performing decks. I think it had the highest win rate post-infinite, 60% win rate post-infinite, which is pretty decent. As the sample size gets larger, probably gets a little bit worse, of course, but is what it is. So if you want to get this card, you really like exactly what it does, you can go for it, but I also think this is a very easy skip for the larger majority of the Snap community. So I understand that. Do what you wish with your resources, right? You only have so many. Maybe you're really waiting for Prowler at the end of the month, because even if Prowler maybe isn't, I don't think Prowler's going to be busted, but he looks like a lot of fun. So I'm stoked for that. Anyway, thank you for hanging out to the end of the video. Appreciate you hopefully not staring at Ezekiel's toes the entire time. I'll see y'all around soon for another video. Appreciate you. Peace out.